Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to everybody that came back. Welcome. Let me see if let me make sure I share this with everybody, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to everybody. Ooh, I like me the camera. Guys, we have a new camera, and let me just say that I love um how nice it's looking now. I'm not in the courtroom right now, clearly, because I took the green screen off. I said it's getting really, really hot, y'all. It's getting really, really hot. The weather's changing. So let me take a little break from the green screen, from the robe, from the wig. It's all here though. It's not that we won't wear it. It's just it gets really hot, y'all. Welcome everybody. Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. So shout out to everybody. Let the people know on the Discord that we are live. Thank you guys for being here. Uh there we go. Okay. Cheeks, is Cheeks in the chat by chance? Yes, she is. Cheeks, thank you so much for sharing the live on your social media. I appreciate you, Cheeks. I got the notification on Facebook. That was amazing. Thank you for doing that. Now hold up. Everybody, thank you, Sylvia. Thank you for sharing that. Phil Collins, shout out to Sylvia. I don't know if she's in here. We are live. Let me let everybody know that we are live. To come in here. Now, as I promised, okay, because I know everybody, the news is already broke about what was said, what was going on. Guys, when I log off to go do stuff, I have to log off. I really did not read anything. So I'm going to read it with you guys, everything that Inner City Press has put. The marker's already there. So I don't have to do anything whatsoever. Hold up, live now. So I'm waiting for people to get in here. Thank you. Something is in the air tonight. What you mean? Shout out to you guys. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Thank you, Ronan. Shout out to the special person that got me this camera. They knew who they are. Thank you, Ronan. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's a full moon. Oh man, I'm scared. What does that mean? And Scorpio, what does that mean, y'all? You got to tell me. I don't understand. What does it mean? There's something in the air? All I know is it's freaking hot outside. That's what I do know. It's kind of nice. I love it. I'm here for it, but it is hot outside. Yep. This is what is it? Sweat boob sweat weather. That's what this is. I'm just saying it's sweating, okay? It is sweating. Thank you. Welcome. Shout out to everybody. Okay. It's a full moon Scorpio. Phil Collins. All right. Okay. Very intense and transport. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Oh, man. We will see. Just got here, had kindergarten graduation. Shout out to you. I'm so glad. All right. Let's get it together. There's so many things that are happening, so many other videos that are going on. So we definitely going to get right into it. You said it's too hot for Ginger? Oh, my God. All right. So I have not seen or read what Inner City Press put out there. And I keep looking over here, but I need to look over here because I'm looking at you guys. I have not seen. So we're going to start right where we left off. So where I left off at, we already had selected the jury. We were at the first witness, which was a guy by the name of Israel Flores, who is an LAPD officer. Okay. And he used to work for Securitas in 2016. In 2016, he starts talking. He's getting asked about an event specifically that he witnessed. He heard that there was a woman in distress. So he goes to the 6th floor and he sees a man with a towel. All right. A towel and colorful socks. Okay. So he sees the woman on the floor and basically tells the man, hey, you guys can't be yelling out here or doing anything here. You have to go take that back in the rooms. And then he notices in the room that there's somebody wearing all black. All black. That's what he notices. So he doesn't, I guess he didn't think anything of it. He didn't get into it or anything like that. He was like, it is what it is. Now, back then, he was Securitas for, Intercontinental. That's where he worked at the time. This is happening on the 6th floor. So the woman he essentially assists, The woman is Cassie, and she just wanted her phone and her stuff, and she wanted to leave. So he's assisting her with that. Doesn't file a police report, but did file a security report, an incident report. Okay. Now, where we left off at is right where Israel Flores, who's a witness, is getting questioned by Brian Steele. So let's get into that questioning right now. And welcome for those that are coming in. Please hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate it. So here we go. And I'm going to just kind of go right straight to it. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. Shout out to everybody. Okay. So Steele says, the gentleman that you saw in the room, you described it to the jury. You didn't report on the report, basically. You described it to the jury. Things not in your report. So basically, it's not in your report, this man that you saw in the room. Flores says he didn't engage. Steele, why didn't you ask him his name? Flores says he wasn't talking to no one. Steele asks, did you tell anyone at the time? Flores says no. Steele then says, and the 7-foot driver. Now, let me stop right here because Flores had said that Cassie had left with somebody 7 foot. 7 foot. That number was there, or 7. And it turns out that the driver was like 7 feet tall. I don't know how he could tell that the driver, unless the driver got off and opened the door for Cassie, and he just noticed. He's like, damn, that's a really tall driver. Somebody who's 7 feet, you might notice, right? I'm just saying. And the 7-foot driver, do you know who it was? Flores says, I don't know, but Cassie knew him. Steele then asks or makes a statement with the question. You didn't put it in your report that you offered to call law enforcement, but she refused. Why not? Flores says she said no. So there was no reason to include it. So there was clearly things that are not in this report that are being recounted. Now, mind you, this happened, 9 or 8 years ago? So do we truly have the full on report of everything that is happening? I guess we don't know. We don't know. I was catching up earlier, saw the doom scrolling, got caught. Shout out to you. So I have a lot of questions, right? Like, can you, in the chat, why is it that this security guy isn't putting everything in his report? Now, this was, again, 9 or 8 years ago, so it's been quite some time. But why isn't he putting out all this stuff in this report? Clearly, it's relevant. He's recounting it now. How can we trust that he's not making up this stuff? That's the question that I have. How do you know? How do you trust this? That's the question. Okay. Further says, do you remember the layout? Flores responds, no, just a corner room. Was it a normal hotel room like I would stay in? Just one room, or did it have a living room? I don't know. That's his response. I don't know. The third party, you said he was on a bed. It was a pullout. Okay. You were in the hospitality business as well as security, right? Flores responds, yes. Mr. Combs, it was clear to you that he wanted to pay for the damages, right? Objection. Government comes in and says objection, calls for speculation. The judge then says, ask in a different way. So he's asking the lawyer, ask this question in a different way, pretty much, okay? It can be embarrassing for a guest. Objection. Again, the government. Judge says, sustain. Okay. Steele says, one moment, nothing further. Okay. Judge then says, redirect. Government gets up. Did you typically include every single detail in a report? Flores responds, no. Did you seem drunk? Did he seem drunk or high? No. Okay. The question that the government is asking is, did he seem drunk or high? Flores responds, no. The government responds or asks, when he offered you money, what did you say? That he didn't want anyone to know about it, pretty much. Which way Mr. Combs dragged Cassie? Excuse me. Which way was, and I'm paraphrasing because there's a typo here. Which way was Mr. Combs dragging Cassie? That's the question that the government is asking. Which way? Back towards the room. Government response, nothing further. All right. Judge asks, recross? Steele gets up. They're motion sensitive cameras. So there are gaps, right? Flores says, yes. Nothing further. All right. This is where it stops. This is an interesting statement question. I guess he's making a question. Brian Steele, Diddy's attorney, is asking him in the recross, there are motion sensitive cameras. So there are gaps, right? Yes. Nothing further. Okay. Let's keep going. The judge then says, next witness. Government says, what? Government asks, what did Miss Ventura pay you for? Witness, to have sex with her. Sean Combs was there too. All right. So here we have a witness who was paid for by Cassie, because that is the question. The government is saying, what did Cassie pay you for? To have sex with her. Sean Combs was there too. Witness then says, my boss called me and said he couldn't find any of our black dancers. So could I go to a bachelorette party in Gramercy Park Hotel in downtown Manhattan? Gramercy Park. Okay. Next witness is basically paid for by Cassie to have sex with Diddy, and Cassie and Diddy was there too. The witness says, my boss called me and said he couldn't find any of our black dancers. So could I go to a bachelorette party in the Gramercy Park Hotel in downtown Manhattan? The government responds or asks, what did you expect to do? Or what were you expected to do? Witness says, a little stripper dance. Male dancer. All right. So we went from a witness. Okay, this is the witness. The witness is now labeled male dancer. So this witness is a male dancer. And I'm going by this because this is what Inner City Press has written on their thing. It's a male dancer who was a witness and now a male dancer. Gramercy, is it Gramercy? Beautiful Messy Ball. Did I say it correctly? Let me know. Okay. So this is where the male stripper, I guess, becomes a male stripper. Now we know who he is and what. Okay. Male dancer. She was in the hotel room in a red wing, stockings, and sunglasses. She gave me a few $100s. What was the room like? Red couches, Astroglide, a lubricant. There was a man on the right side of the room. The man had a white robe and a bandana over his face, below his eyes, and a baseball cap. From his voice, I recognized him as Sean Combs. Hold up. Hold up. Thank you, beautiful Messy Ball. Appreciate you. All right. So Sean Combs is sitting there and he's got a disguise. Let me go back a little bit. This is already itching me because I'm like, what? All right. So the male dancer says she's in a hotel room in a red wing, stockings and sunglasses. She gave me a few $100s. Okay. What was the room like? Red couches, Astroglide, and a lubricant. There was a man on the right side of the room. The man had a white robe and a bandana over his face, below his eyes, and a baseball cap. From his voice, I could recognize him as Sean Combs. From his voice, okay? What did he say? That he was into importing and exporting. Okay? Male dancer says, he said he was having problems with my boss. Defense says, objection. Government then responds, I'll get back to that. After the sex was over, what happened? Cassie gave me a couple of $1,000s more. He said to give them to my he said to give them my phone number. Excuse me. He said to give him my phone number, and I did. Cassie called me and asked me for a photo. Then what? She called me to go back. I did for a few more hours, and then a few times after that. Combs always present? Yes. Okay. Any other locations? Male dancer response. The Essex house. His residence on 56th Street, I believe 210 at that time, and her residence on East End Avenue, I think number 10. What name you what name were you to say you were there to see? Male dancer answers, Black. Okay. So the questions, the male dancer is giving a bunch of locations of where they might have met. 56th Street, and then at the West End Avenue. And the government then says, "What name were you to say you were there to see?" And the male dancer then responds, Black. Okay, let's keep going. The male dancer says, "I would send her vulgar text messages." Like what? Asked the government. You want me to say it? Give an example. Male dancer says, "I text, I want to F you right now." Government then asks, "How often did you use the baby oil?" How often did you use baby oil? Male dancer responds, "Every time." Male dancer then says, "Sean Combs said we didn't have enough baby oil on. He'd say, 'Y'all slow down, separate from each other.' One time he tried to have us role play like we had just met at an airport. We weren't good, so we skipped that." This is giving like 50 Shades of Grey or something, y'all. Like, let me take a drink of whatever I have in my cup at this point. Hold up. Okay. I do wonder about Cassie. Like, was she under the influence or what was going on here? I have a lot of questions about this. Okay. Let's keep going. Um, One time he tried to have us role play like we just met at an airport. We weren't good, so we skipped that. What direction did Mr. Combs give you? The male dancer response. He'd tell me to step off and back off. How many times, if any, were you told to urinate on Miss Ventura? Oh my God. All right. Defense, Xavier Donaldson, objection, suggestive. So defense jumps in and says, objection, right here. Judge says overruled. Male dancer, they told me not to do it all at once. Defense then says, objection. To him saying they, judge says, I've got it. Government says, what happened afterwards? Male dancer, they've leave me waiting for hours. The whole thing might go on for 10 hours. So he was there for almost 10 hours. This is what the male dancer is saying. Okay. Male dancer says they were headed to the Essex Hotel. They said to go in 30 minutes. It was the first time he opened the door as himself, dressed in a suit, no mask. Okay. Government then asks, how did things change? He responds, he didn't feel. Combs attorney Donaldson says, objection. Okay. Government says, who, if anyone, recorded? Mr. Combs with cell phone and camcorder. He took a photo of my driver's license for insurance, he said. Hold up. He took a photo of his driver's license for insurance? What in the John Gotti is this? Did he really take a photo? Listen, that now this is what he's saying, okay? He's saying that he took a photo. That is some John Gotti Epstein BS. I mean, I'm just saying, whoa. Okay, let's keep going. He said, okay, so every time the male dancer, by the way, let me repeat this because there's going to be an objection. Mr. Combs, with cell phones and camcorders, he took a photo of my driver's license for insurance. He said, objection, Donaldson again. Judge then says, focus it. Government responds, what did you understand? He was threatening me. Okay, that was the answer. He was threatening me. Once I went and Cassie was slumped over, he said, it's not going to happen this time. Government then asks, did Mr. Combs offer you drugs? Male dancer responds, Molly, I guess it's called. I don't do drugs. MDA. I think I went out and handed $100 bill. I think I went out and handed out $100 bills. Okay, there might be a typo here, but okay. Government says, how did the Molly make you feel? Sick and euphoric, and like an idiot, handing out 100 bills. So, all right, let me stop right here. So the male dancer who said, I guess I was giving Molly, he couldn't say the letters. I think I went out and handed out $100 bills. So maybe when he was under the influence, he handed out $100 bills. That's what he's saying. Okay. Further goes. How did the Molly make you feel? Sick and euphoric, like an idiot, handing out 100 bills, $100 bills. Who else was present? A guy who told me that he was an actual escort. He was having sex with Cassie at her apartment. The male dancer further says, the guy was like looking at Sean Combs, and Combs said, don't you fucking look at me. Don't you fucking be looking at me. Oh man. Okay, here we go. A guy who told me he was an actual escort. He was having sex or sex with Cassie at her apartment. The guy was like looking at Sean Combs, and Combs said, don't you be fucking looking at me. Combs, Donaldson, attorney, basically gets up and says, objection. The judge says, let's get a fresh question. What did he look like? Male dancer responds, a black guy. Kind of skinny. We exchange phone numbers. Government asks, have you seen him in 10 years? Male dancer says, no. Did it ever seem you were not the first person that was there? Yes. Half use Astroglide, towels on the floor. So this wasn't the only guy that she was having made to have sex with, allegedly, it sounds like. Because look at the question, all right? Let's get to this. Have you seen him in 10 years, this guy? No. Did you ever see him? You were not the first person there. Yes. Half use Astroglide, towel on the floor. Did you ever see him? You were not the first person there. Yes. Half use Astroglide, towel on the floor. Okay. So clearly there might have been like more people there. And there's, like I said, typos. So I'm having to like paraphrase certain things. After the 100 bill, did you see them again? Male dancer says, I couldn't do it anymore. Government then says, what did you get paid when you couldn't perform? Nothing. But I never asked for money. I was happy to get involved with people with such notoriety. But after I saw Sean Combs hit Cassie, I couldn't do it anymore. Wait, what? So he was doing this for free? I don't think so, because he was being paid thousands. This doesn't make sense. There's no way that he was doing this for free. I'm looking at the chat. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. Support the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. We should be having a little bit more likes. Can we please get to 100 likes? I would appreciate it. Yeah, he's making that money. So he's like, I wanted to connect with people with more notoriety. So he was doing it for free? Yeah, he got a couple thousands. Nothing is for free, right? Okay, let's keep going. All right. But I never asked for money. I was happy to get involved with people with such notoriety. But after I saw Sean Combs hit Cassie, I couldn't do it anymore. So this male dancer actually saw Sean Combs hitting Cassie. This is what he's saying, okay? Government then asked, what was Mr. Combs saying as he meet Cassie? As he meet Cassie or as he met Cassie? Or as he beat Cassie? Is that what it's saying? What was Mr. Combs saying as he beat Cassie? Male dancer said, he said, bitch, when I tell you come over, you come over. I didn't know what to do. Government then says, did you intervene? Or asked, did you intervene? Male dancer says, no. I knew that's the changes. There were bodyguards. Objection. Hold up. See, I knew that's the changes, that there were bodyguards. Objection. Sustain. So there was bodyguards around when all this violence was occurring to Cassie. Hey, BJ. Guys, drop some hearts for BJ in the chat. I'm catching up, BJ. I'm catching up. Wait. Sean had money and position, absolutely. But like, this is a thing. It's like there was other people that were watching her get beat. And then this guy's talking about that there was like half-used Astro glides or something. So they were all watching everything. Yes, everybody drop some hearts for BJ, please, and thank you. Like nobody did anything? Okay, all right, let's keep going, y'all. I'm sorry. This is where we stopped. So he says, objection sustained. Okay. Comey says, the government says, what's next? Male dancer. He said, are y'all ready to continue? Government then asked, did you try? Male dancer then responds, I don't recall. Did you see them again? I thought I had developed some sort of friendship with Cassie. I may have been speculating. Okay. Male dancer says, I went there. I heard him slapping her. He walked out in a towel. She ran to me. I asked, why are you staying with this guy? Combs, Donaldson's, Diddy's attorney gets up and says, objection. Then the judge asks, grounds? Donaldson responds, hearsay. Judge says, overrule. Male dancer, she said it was okay. Comey says nothing further. Okay, so there's a break before Cross. That was 4 hours ago. Make sure you guys support BJ in the chat, of course. Shout out to Hirsch, who's covering this very, very, very well, as well as Inner City Press, who's providing the notes for us. Okay. During the break, the male dancer witness is named Daniel Phillip, not Phillips, as it first sounded like. So the male dancer, let me write this down, y'all, because I got notes here. So this male dancer who, his name is Daniel Phillips. Now he's like, he felt bad. And at some point he wasn't charging them, but he was receiving money. Okay. And as a male dancer, he had a boss. I'm just writing a couple notes so that I remember. Okay. Okay, 4:24 p.m. The judge then welcomes back the jurors, but can I have the lawyers for a sidebar? There's a sidebar that happens. Here's the deal: is they might say hearsay, but we will never forget the hearsay. Like I don't know how they can do it. Shout out to them. This is an intense case already. Okay, Mr. Phillips. That's what the judge says. You're still under oath. Xavier Donaldson. Here it is. Cross. Let me show you a text message chain between you and Cassie. Is it accurate? Phillips responds, yes. Donaldson then says, you were working for a service? Daniel says, a male revenue show? I think it's revenue show. A male REVUE show. You were a manager? Male strippers for women? Yes. Prostitution was prohibited? That is correct. Your job was to build it up? Yes or no? Yes and no. Excuse me. Yes and no. Wait a minute. Oh, I see where he's going with this. He's a male dancer, not a prostitute, right? He's not supposed to be having sex with anybody. He's just supposed to be dancing. So how did he go from, I don't know how often this happens, but how did he go from just being a male stripper to now having sex with everybody? Yeah, cheeks. I think is it male review? Okay, let's keep going. He says, "You were a manager, male strippers for women." Daniel responds, "Yes. Prostitution was prohibited. That is correct. Your job was to build it up? Yes and no. I'll go with yes." Okay. Objection. Sustain. So Donaldson says, when he says yes and no, Phillips like yes and no. Donaldson's like, I'll go with yes. Objection. Sustain. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Donaldson. Did the company open fake businesses to optimize search results? Philip. Daniel Philip responds, fake addresses. It was just CEO, or excuse me, SEO, not CEO, SEO. SEO? Oh, like the Google engineering searching thing. Look at this. Fake addresses. It was just SEO. You went to optimize the lady's experience? I have no idea what you mean. It's just our slogan. Cassie told you to say the name Black. Yes. This is what Daniel says. Yes. Your boss told you someone wanted a black man stripper. Yes. Donaldson says, let me show you. Government says, this shouldn't be on the screen. Donaldson says, I'll take it off. I'll take it off. I don't know what they showed there, but he said, I'll take it off. I'll take it off. I'll take it off. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Mark, thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Hold up now. I know I'm like right here. Thank you, Mark. This is interesting. All right. He went from dancer to like male. What did you said? Male gigolo? Who said male gigolo in the not a? I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay. Cassie told you to say the name Black. Yes. Your boss told you someone wanted a black man stripper. Yes. Let me show you. This shouldn't be on the screen. He takes it off. Takes it off. Okay. Donaldson says she was wearing a wig. This is the question. She was wearing a wig. Daniel says yes. She handed you money. She handed me 4,000 before any oil rubbing. Correct. She had on heels and dark glasses. Where the money come from? Her hand. Okay. You were wearing a New York City Police Department uniform, right? I bought an NYPD t-shirt. You took the oil off in front of Cassie? The oil? No. I took my clothes off, she said. It's my birthday. It appears she's enjoying herself. Philip responds, Daniel Philip responds, yes. What was your position? Daniel Philip responds, missionary. I was like, did that just happen? Donaldson, she asked you for a photo? Philip responds, I do not know if Sean Combs asked for it. Judge then says, ignore that. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Didi just gifted. Oh my God, Didi, thank you. If you've been blessed by Didi or any of the gifters today, please put some hearts in the chat. Confettis. Hold up while I like get my mind thinking and everything. Okay. Shout out to us guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you. Yeah, this is beyond at this point. Yes. Thank you. You said, where is that sick bucket when you need one, right? Where is it? Oh my God. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. And please hit the like button, please. And thank you. Here we go. Okay. So the judge says, ignore that. We'll pick up here tomorrow. And that's that. Hold up. Jury gone. The judge then says, Mr. Phillips, no conversation with the government. So the judge is talking to Daniel Phillips, the witness, the male dancer. Mr. Phillips, no conversation with the government. The government then says agents are providing him protection and transportation if that's okay. There's a sidebar. Judge then says no talk with your lawyer. And then that's it. That's it. You feel like you need a shower? Oh my God. That is the part. That is what, well, I left off. Where did I leave off? You feel like, Ben is like, I need a shower, Rabbit. That wasn't too bad. I mean, I left off, meaning in the sense of like, I thought I was going to do a lot of catch up, but I left off at the part where, Israel Flores, right around that time. So I feel like we left off right, at least to do a recap on that. Let's talk a little bit about just the different things, different reactions, guys. So that is kind of where it concluded. I did save some bookmarks because there was a lot of bloggers out there. Shout out to them. They were out there at opening statements, you know, covering things, which I thought was amazing. I'm glad that they were covering things and, you know, they were just kind of giving an idea of everything that was going on. And the overall things that were being said. Like, honestly, I saw Armand Wiggins. There was Diddy's family out there. Let me share this with everybody. That's all at Diddy's family. My goodness.
How are you feeling this morning, Mr. Gargos? Are you ready for today?
Gargos, anything you have to say as we head into a jury selection and opening statements?
Have you spoken to Diddy? How's he doing? How's he feeling?
Anything to say before
Oh, let's see the fit. What are you wearing today? You look fantastic. We love the suit. Today's day.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. Guys, be careful.
Have you spoken
Do you have a
to
second for a question?
Have you spoken to Sean Combs? Like, how's he doing? How's he feeling? Does he feel positive today? I know he was nervous last week.
His publicist said that he was upbeat this morning.
Can you confirm that?
I can't talk about the case at all, so I don't want to violate the court order.
Well, how was your weekend? What did you do over the weekend? Was it strictly planning, or did you relax, or did you have a drink?
Thinking about you guys.
Oh my God. That is interesting. Hold up. Let me. So they got the family out there and everything. I heard that there were so many people out there, so many bloggers. Imagine his mom sitting there listening to all this about her son. Sylvia, who's to say that the mom doesn't even know? Like, the lady was with the shits too. The lady was with the shits. I mean, she's over there getting IVs. Don't forget that the lady kind of knew what was up. She wasn't intervening or anything like that. There was a lot of going on. Oh my God, y'all. Side note, Tory Lanez, because we talked about this earlier when we were covering the trial, he was stabbed 14 times, lungs collapse in prison attack. His lungs collapse. Jesus. We were talking about Tory Lanez earlier. Janice is her usual self. Yes, she is. Literally, she is just herself, not giving a whirl, not really caring. Hold up. Look at this Armand out here.
A media frenzy
Shout out to Armand Wiggins.
out here. I mean, it's media mayhem out here right now.
Oh my God.
Everybody is out here. I mean, everybody. I don't even know if you guys can see
Oh my
all the
God.
media here. It's so many people here. Cameras everywhere. Let me show you guys this fucking line.
That's crazy.
This line is crazy. People's getting into fights already. It was just a lot going on. Now, I got lucky because I was at the end of the line. But this guy right here hooked me up. My guy right here. Wait, what's the channel?
Watching the world.
Watching the World. Hook me up. Mind you, I'm right here, number 15. But I was way back here. Look, it's crazy. Look at this line.
Crazy. Now, hold up.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been here since 2 a.m. People have been here since 2 p.m. Okay?
It's crazy.
People have been here since 2 p.m. I've been here since 2 a.m. This is the line. It's like going crazy.
Yeah.
They've got line sitters. They've got YouTubers. They've got podcasters. It's a piece of everybody here. I was right here by her earlier.
Nice.
And so my guy saved me. I mean, the line is getting longer and longer.
It's right there.
The line is getting longer and longer
This is Armand Wiggins. He has a channel on YouTube. Make sure you guys go check him out. Armand Wiggins.
and longer.
Now, Armand Wiggins, let me tell you what he did. And I said, I got to give some flowers to Armand. So Tyrone Blackburn, y'all know, Tyrone Blackburn was outside of the Diddy courthouse. And Armand Wiggins asked him, I asked Tyrone Blackburn how he felt about being called a clout chasing lawyer. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. He does ask him that too.
Are you representing anyone specifically?
Yes, several people.
Some of the victims? Several of the victims. Okay. Thank you.
What are you guys looking at?
Tyrone Blackburn.
How are your clients treated?
Just answered her, and I told her they were not making any statements because of the bag order.
I'm here for it. Tyrone Blackburn.
Just answered her question and said that I'm not making any statements because of the bag order.
My goodness. Look at him. He's really feeling himself. He's really, really liking the attention.
How do you feel about people saying that you're a clout chasing lawyer?
Just like I answered that woman's question earlier, I'm not speaking as pursuant to the gag order. So,
Why aren't you worried about Little Rod Jones in his case? Where's that at? What happened, see, Tyrone? See, Armand, you should have asked him. Why? What happened to the Little Rod case? Because he's over here. Maybe you need to go on the computer and start typing some stuff up or something, or filing something or making sure or something, because something didn't get filed. Okay. I'm here for the drama farmer. Yes, I am. Look at this. Yes. Shout out to Armand for doing that.
Good question.
I'm here for it because literally this guy is just like, oh, too much, man. Hold up. Let's see what law and crime has
Elizabeth,
to say.
thank you so much for coming out really quickly to talk about this. So first, I want you to set the stage. The whole scene out there. You had almost trouble getting into the courthouse today. Talk to us about what you're seeing.
Oh yeah, I crashed out a little bit this morning, Jesse, thinking I was not about it to get inside that courtroom just because of just how crazy it is. I mean, you can just see the lines just going all the way back with media. It's going all the way back just with the public, just so some people can either, one, watch the trial, get a glimpse of Diddy's family members coming in and outside of the courtroom, and even as well as see as his attorneys, whose members include Brian Steele, Mark Agnifilo, Mark Garagos playing in kind of that defensive advisory type of role. So it's crazy out here, especially, you know, it's Diddy, it's high profile celebrities, it's salacious allegations. Then on top of that, he's facing a lot of time behind bars. So you can understand why so many people of the public wanted to be here and wanted to get here super early so that way they could attend. I even heard somebody was standing in line and was auctioning off how much that they would give to somebody else in line for up to $500, $600. So that's just a lot of people here. Now, as far as who was inside the courtroom today, still is a lot of famous faces, or let me not say famous faces, but a lot of people that we are definitely familiar with here at Law and Crime. You have Mark Garagos in the courtroom, Karen Agnifilo, who is the wife of Mark Agnifilo, who's also representing Luigi as well too. You had Little Rod inside the courtroom today, and he's one who had filed one of the many civil claims against Diddy as well too. He came in probably, I would say, maybe a little like 8:30ish, kind of came in with his sunglasses, 2 chains on, as well as his attorney was inside that courtroom as well too. You have all of Diddy's children, with the exception of his youngest daughter, Love, were inside that courtroom. So that includes Quincy Brown, Justin Combs, Christian Combs, Delilah Combs, Chance Combs, Jesse Combs. Chance's mother was inside that courtroom. Diddy's mother.
Quincy's in there. Quincy's in there, guys. So is I do wonder about this and the people that are going to be, testifying and stuff like that. Yeah, there were. You know what is so crazy to me, but it's like, even if you can't even get inside, you know what would be interesting just to do, honestly? If I was over there, I would be interviewing the people around there just to see what their thoughts are. Like, do you think that this man is going to get off? Do you like, what is your opinions? What are your thoughts? Because there's people out there that believe that, Diddy is innocent. So, people are going to say whatever they want about the situation. I mean, I have a lot of questions, lots and lots of questions. Now, Inner City Press, of course, has been giving us the updates as well. Did he do a video that was 12 hours ago? Hold up. Let me see if this is brand new. I think it's 7 hours ago.
All right, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press. We're here at the break after the opening statements in U.S. versus Sean
So this is when they took their break, okay? So this is the video that he did.
Combs. It was quite a process. Number one, there was the jury selection, and we'd been covering it last week, and we did sort of an extra you can find on Substack and extra subscribers about a juror that probably should have been stricken for cause. It's a UN staffer that basically works at the counterterrorism office, and that would work with U.S. law enforcement, which he then denied. In any event, the opening statements were quite something. It turns out it's a more stripped down case, at least than I thought. The U.S. Attorney Johnson talked about Cassie and Jane, which is a pseudonym, and also a Mia and arson. Now, Tenny Garagos, in her opening statement, said, this is just about private sexual behavior. They don't dispute that Combs can be violent and jealous, but that should never have been a federal case, and that the witnesses are all have their own interests, including filthy lucre, money.
One of the problems that I had, and I was thinking about this too when I was like, after I got done, and then I hadn't even logged back in or anything like that, but one of the things that Tenny Garagos said, it's weird to me to say for her, and we have the statements there that she made. She said something to the effect of, I am like proud to be representing Sean Combs, but then you're like saying, we're not denying that the man, has anger issues, there's domestic violence, but yet you're proud to be representing him, or you're proud to be. I am Tenny Garagos. That is Sean Combs, and I am proud to be representing him. I said, oh, that's not going to age well. It doesn't matter that you are proud. You're doing your job. Okay, let me be very clear. Nobody's working for free, right? Nobody's working for free. But it was so weird to me that she stood there and she was like, I'm so proud to be standing next to this man. I'm so proud. And I'm just like, you are? Okay, girl. All right. He just has anger. Like, it was the way in which the defense, and I think that's the problem that I have with the opening statements for the defense, is the way in which they kind of describe Diddy, that it's like, how proud of what though? What are you proud of? What? That's just so weird to me to say something like that and then try to change his character. We're not making excuses for his character. It's DV, but it's not racketeering. I don't know, man. And then you have that S work. Some of the I will say this, okay? Like Daniel, the S worker, not the S worker, but the stripper dancer who somehow then became a prostitute because he was having sex with her too. Okay. There's that. So it's just weird how all of this kind of comes about, but hey, that's just my opinion.
So we're going to see how it plays out. Right at the end, after the jury left, Brian Steele, they brought up from Georgia after the Young Thug trial, made some evidentiary objections about the reports about the hotel, Intercontinental Hotel lobby, elevator lobby violence. So that should be resolved this afternoon as the witnesses begin, including with some hotel witnesses. So Inner City Press, we're on the case. We're covering other cases too. I just stopped at the Mag Court. A man was released after 2 uses of a gun. Well, 1 brandishing and 1 using. Ordered released, but there's been a request by the government for a stay, which was denied, but they're going to be appealing it. So we're going to be covering that as well. But Diddy it is. In for a pound, in for a penny, in for a pound. Inner City Press on the case.
Shout out to Inner City Press again. Amazing. Thank you, Inner City Press, for doing all that you do and for being amazing and for just, being there. Because honestly, a lot of us can't be there. So shout out to everybody. And thank you guys for watching too. I appreciate it. You said, yeah. Let's see. Thank you. Yes. Let's get those likes up. Designed by Phoebe says, I sure hope They don't attack Cassie on the stand tomorrow. The poor girl has been through enough. Is she on the stand tomorrow? Because they're done with Cross on this guy, and this is where they ended it, right? Do we know that? She's going to be on the stand this week. This might not, I don't know, y'all. It feels like we're going by very quickly. Is this really going to last 8 weeks? I'm kind of questioning. I don't know. Is this really going to last 8 weeks? What do you guys think? Hold up. Let me see. Will this last? Could it get done sooner? It seems like we're only on day 1. I'm like, oh my God. This is day 1. And already it seems like why does it seem like we've been here for a week already? And it's only day 1. Hold up. Let me ask you guys that. Will this trial last 8 weeks? Are we sure unless they dismiss early? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Can you imagine how busy today was? And then 8 weeks? I think it's 8 weeks in total. So we're in week 2. Well, this is considered week 2. You're right. So yeah, you're right. So this would be, yeah, you're absolutely right. They're starting at the end. She was supposed to be there today, but what I've seen, so we've only had 2 witnesses so far, right? That's what we know so far. Now, hold up. There's victim 3, who I thought we would have addressed today, but it doesn't sound like it's going to happen. Okay. There's victim 3. And then we have Cassie. Then there's another victim, the Jane Doe. Where's Jane Doe? Is she going to testify? When is she going to testify? Is Diddy going to testify? Is Diddy going to talk? I will say this, though. I'm going to say this. Brian Steele definitely can definitely, looking at what was shown today, Brian Steele could definitely know how to, there was something that he did here that really made me think like, oh, okay. So he says, you were a manager, male strippers for women. Daniel says, yes, prostitution was prohibited. That is correct. Your job was to build it up. Yes and no. I'll go with yes. This is what Donaldson said, right? Okay. So he's right there poking holes on what the male stripper's saying. He's like, well, you already broke the law. How can we trust somebody that's breaking the law? That's basically what he's like doing there. And this is Donaldson, not Steele. How can you trust somebody that's breaking the law? You said it depends. Victim 3, that's who we're waiting for. Imagine there are several witnesses that can take a long time to get through. I don't think, but Stephanie, I think there's only like a couple. I don't think there's a lot. You think it's going to last forever? It's week 2 of day 1. Week 1 was last week with the deliveries. You see what I'm saying, Cheeks? It's like, your business is in the up. He just did something there to basically discredit this guy. That stood out to me. Did the company open fake businesses to optimize search results? Fake addresses? It was just SEO. You want to optimize the lady's experience? I have no idea what you mean. It's just our slogan. Cassie told you to say the name Black. Yes. Your boss told you someone wanted a black man stripper. Yes. Let me show you. This shouldn't be on the screen. Whatever they showed on the screen shouldn't have been on the screen. Take it off. Take it off. She was wearing a wig. Yes. She handed you money. She handed me $4,000 before any oil rubbing. Correct. She had heels and dark glasses. Where the money come from? Her hand. You were wearing a New York City Police Department uniform, right? I bought an NYPD t-shirt. So do they have footage of this? Because of the details that they're saying here. You took the oil off in front of Cassie. The oil? No, I took my clothes off. She said it's my birthday. It appears she's enjoying herself. Yes. What's your position? He says it. Missionary. I was like, did that just happen? So that wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. He's only supposed to be stripping. Did she ask you for a photo? I do not know if Sean Combs asked for it. Ignore that. Okay. And then we'll pick up here tomorrow. Okay. So this is, I don't think they're done going back and forth with Daniel Phillip, because Daniel Phillip is told to basically go home and not talk to anybody. Now, hold up. There's something else that I wanted to point out. Hold up. There was something else that stood out to me, man. He saw her slapping her. Let me go up a little bit. Let's go up a little bit. Before we find out what his name is. A little bit more, a little bit more. Here we go. Okay, Steele. All right, done. There's a cross, Steele. Okay, witness. My boss called me and said he couldn't find any of our black dancers. So he's a dancer. So could I go to a bachelorette party? Okay, at the downtown Manhattan. What did you expect? A little stripper dance. She was in a hotel room in a red wig, stockings, and sunglasses. She gave me a few $100s. What was the room like? Red couches, Astroglide, a lubricant. There was a man on the right side of the room. The man had a white robe and a bandana over his face, below his eyes, and a baseball cap. From his voice, I recognized him as Sean Combs. What did he say? That he was importing and exporting. What? It's a weird thing to say. He said he was having problems with my boss. He said I was having problems with my boss. Okay, objection. This is what the defense says. I'll get back to that. After the SEX was over, what happened? Cassie gave me a couple thousand more. Okay, so they had sex in the first night that they met, but he's not supposed to have sex. He's only there to dance. Right there. I'm telling you, they're going to be poking holes on this guy even more. But here's the deal, Abraham. If you are seeing all these toys, yeah, and did you notice that Cassie paid him too? Cassie, I mean, listen, anything could happen here. It could have been like a situation where, maybe Diddy gave her money and he just paid him, and we don't know, right? But let me say this. They had SEX the first night when he was just there to dance. Okay? That's the first night. That's all he was supposed to be doing was dance. This is why I think it's important. Go back to see what they say. Hold up. I think it's like they're poking at it a little bit as far as like holes, I'll get back to that. After the SEX was over, what happened? Cassie gave me a couple thousand. So he wasn't supposed to have SEX with her. He was just supposed to dance. But here's the deal. Here's the question that I have. If you're a male stripper and you're dancing, you're not there to prostitute or have sex with anybody. You're just dancing. You mean to tell me that you see Astroglide and lubrication and it doesn't occur to you that like that's going to happen? Like I would have been, I'm just thinking in my mind, she's giving me 1,000 up front. We're walking into the room and I'm seeing all these, SEX toys type of situations, right? It doesn't occur to people that or at least to him, that's what was expected of him. That doesn't make sense. Was he was given money before he went even in there, right? Red flag. That's what I want to know. Sylvia, thank you so much for the $4.99. Did you notice that the money was given to him from Cassie and not from Diddy? Yes. Could that be a very specific type of mood? Like that could have been a move to avoid, I don't know, maybe he didn't want to get in trouble. Giving it to her might have been like a different tactic and stuff like that. Right. Like if he's just there to dance, but as soon as he got there, he's saying that Cassie gave him money. Okay. He received money and then he goes into the room and that's when he sees all the stuff, all the toys, right? You know what, Cheeks, that could very well be, it's giving that. It's giving the guy that gives the woman, which would be Diddy in this situation, because that was in the Cassie lawsuit, that he would give her a gun to hold it every time they go out, just like J-Lo. We're looking at you, J-Lo. allegedly, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for the $4.99. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know. You'd be surprised how easy it is to talk to yourself out of a questioning things that seem sus. Period. Absolutely. I don't know, because they can't argue that the money never came from it. There you go, right here, because they can argue that the money never came from Diddy. It came from Cassie. That's my point. That right there. She's wearing a red wig, heels. He don't have, I'm just playing the devil's advocate, guys. I know, like, let me just play the devil's advocate for a little bit. But if I'm defending Diddy, this would be the thing that I would be saying. Wait a minute. Okay? He doesn't have a gun to her head. She's in there. Okay? Doesn't have a gun to her head. This witness right here, I'm sorry, I don't think it's a good witness either. Not for, any, like, it's showing that he was there to dance and he's breaking the law. He's there for prostitution when he saw the money. Okay? So I have a questions about, I'm giving you the other side of this, right? Now, could there have been something more before that? Could he have drugged Cassie? Could he have given her some Molly and then made her wait for the guy to have sex with her? That could very well be the case. But this witness right here, what he's saying is not helping at all, I think. It's making it look like she could very well be, taking something, but she was receptive. She gave up. She paid for it. That's what it's looking like. So I'm going to need the government to figure this out right here. Yeah, or it could have been coerced consent. How much that's another question too. We don't know what happened before that. We don't know what the buildup was. We don't know. I'm just saying, did she feel like she could say no? Did he feel like he could say no? He's breaking the law. This witness was prostituting when he was only supposed to be dancing. This is why Donaldson said what he said. This is why if I'm sitting there and I'm literally in the jury, I'll be like, wait a minute. I'm not even paying attention to everything else you just said. I'm literally paying attention to the fact that you said that you just broke the law. Okay? And that she paid you when it was just supposed to be a dance. The only thing I can see in the security guard, is the security guard. Did he trying to give him money, which is bribery? But that's about it. Now, wait a minute. The security guard, Israel Flores, who did a copy of the video. The CNN video is really a copy video. I didn't understand any of that at all. Like how do I say this? He pins him. He does get physical with him, my understanding, but I didn't get this piece at all. This threw me off. Let me go back a little bit to that. Okay. Let's see. You said, Flores, this is Flores. This is back to the security. I said, I don't want your money. The damage is going to be charged to your room. Where did Cassie go? After I spoke with her, she left in a car pulled up. She left in a black SUV. Was there a driver? 7 feet. This is where it stopped. And we're learning that this driver was about 7 feet tall. He said she wants to leave. I said, I'm talking to her, not you. They left. Then what? We went to Mr. Combs' room to remind him of the hotel rooms. He opens the door and grabs the phone and says, are you recording me? I pinned him to the wall. Okay. So he actually does pin him to the wall. I took photos of the broken vase to tell him to come clean it up. I went to write the incident report. Is this it? My report with my name on it. Same objection noted. Then did you review the video? Yes. Okay. I'm handing you a thumb drive with videos. So he shows him the video. Did it have audio? No. Let's walk through it. Who is it? Cassie. And who's this? Mr. Combs. What's happening here? She picked up the wall phone. Okay. What did you find when you got there? The broken vase. What is at the end of the video? Me coming out of the elevator. Let's pull up the incident report again. Okay. Here, we reminded him that the checkout time was approaching. What did you add to the incident report after you reviewed the video? I described what I saw in the video. What else did you do with the video? I recorded 2 videos of it with my iPhone to show my wife at home. Why did he do that? I don't know. But let me say this. I was like, had he not done this, I don't know if we would have ever seen this video. Because they destroyed it. I mean, would we have seen the video at all? And it's the whole video. Clearly, we weren't given all the video. Only parts of it. Let's keep going. Did you work the next day? No, I had 2 days off the next day. When you came back, did you look for the video? I did, he says, but it was gone. Did you ever see it again? Yes, recently. Probably because he showed it. Nothing further. Okay, so then there's cross-examination. Here comes Brian. Your report said the 5 W's, right? I think that there's a typo here. You mentioned that when you get off the elevator 11:14 or 11:15, you describe Mr. Combs as having a devilish expression on his face. That's my opinion. When you get off the elevator, what's in your hand? My radio. Mr. Combs then says, did Mr. Combs did not attack you, did he? No. And this is where we left off, and we were like, if he didn't attack you, why did you pin him? I didn't understand that piece. Like, why did you get physical with Diddy if he didn't pin you? Like, I was so confused by that. But maybe you guys can explain that. I didn't understand that piece. I was really confused by that. Okay. And there was any law enforcement involvement? No. You videoed for your wife and kept it, right? I did. But never was law enforcement called. They were not. Steelden says, you told the jury Mr. Combs said to Cassie, you're not leaving, but your report did not say that, right? And this is where we went off. We said, y'all, if you don't write it on a report, it did not happen. Read that pin part again. Okay, hold up. Did I read it already? Here it is. We went to Mr. Combs' room to remind him of the hotel rooms. The rules. We opened the door and grabs the phone, and he says, are you recording me? I pinned him to the wall. That's what he says. I pinned him to the wall. Night Charm's like, all I know is that he can't return to security. He done lost his job at Securitas. Well, he's with the LAPD. You think the LAPD is not reviewing this? You said, I feel like he grabbed the guy's phone and he pinned Diddy to get it back. Just that maybe that's the thing, right? Like maybe he grabbed the phone because he thought he was being recorded and then he pins him. Okay. All right. And then he keeps going. You mentioned that when you get off the elevator 11:15 or 11:14 or 11:15, you describe Mr. Combs as having a devilish expression on his face. That's my opinion. When you get off the elevator, what's on your hand? My radio. Mr. Combs did not attack you, did he? No. And there wasn't any law enforcement involvement? No. You videoed the tape. Okay, we went through this part, but you never called law enforcement. They were not. But never was law enforcement called. They were not. You told the jury Mr. Combs said to Cassie, you're not leaving, but your report did not say that, right? At that point, I did not believe it was a significant fact. I'm not going to put down the back and forth. At that point, okay, so he's like, I'm not going to put this back and forth down on the report. But how are we expected to trust? Like, that's the thing is like, how do I know that this guy is being truthful and honest now? Now? How do we know that he's being truthful and honest? That's what I want to know. How do we know that we can trust anything that he says? Guys, make sure you guys are hitting the like button, please, and thank you. I don't know. Okay. The gentleman you say you saw in the room, you described to the jury things not in the room. He didn't engage. That's what he says. Why didn't you ask him his name? There's a strange guy in the room, and you don't ask him his name? How do you know he wasn't checked into the room? How do you know he's one of the ones that you need to check out? Make sure. Like, I'm so confused by this whole thing. He wasn't talking to no one. Did you tell anyone at the time? No. First of all, he says he didn't accept the money, right? I mean, do we have record of that? I don't know. Can we figure that out? I don't know. I have a lot of questions about this. And the 7-foot driver, do you know who it was? He doesn't get the name. Here you have this woman who you said you were helping. She was clearly on the floor. You don't even get the name of the person that helped her out. I don't know, but Cassie knew him. So as long as she knew him, he could have done something to her. Okay. You didn't put in your report that you offered to call law enforcement, but she refused. Why not? She said no. So there was no reason to include it. You said you put Mr. Combs against the wall. That's aggressive, isn't it? It could be, but I only put my forearm against his chest. Okay. But you didn't put that in your report. He didn't put this in the report. If he took his phone, he didn't put this in report. He didn't put shit on the report. But you didn't put that in the report. You're asking me to have put more details in my report. Do you remember the layout? No, just the corner room. Was it a normal hotel like I would stay in, just one room, or did it have a living room? I don't know. He doesn't remember. So how do we expect you to remember all these details that are not in the report? I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm already like this guy right here. I don't know. I feel like this right here doesn't, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't feel like it's somebody that I'm like, oh, I 1000% believe everything that he's saying. If it's like, if you didn't write it in the report, we're expecting to believe everything that you say. And that's no shade. Like, I'm just letting y'all know, like, you know, it's like his word against Diddy at this point. We don't know anything. And the fact that you, like, I think I get it that it's really cool that we have, I don't want to say cool, okay? It's like, whoa, we have a video of this CNN footage, right? Don't get me wrong. Like, that's great. But it's the way in which you obtain the video that makes it not great. You know what I mean? It's almost like, isn't that what they call it in legal speak? The fruit of the poison, what is it? The fruit of the poisonous tree type of situation. I'm not an expert at this, but like if you obtain the evidence in such a dark way, it's almost like, how do we expect there to be purity from this? Now he is honest. He was honest, okay? But it feels a little bit like that. It's like we're getting this evidence, but not from the direct source, which is the intercontinental people. We're getting this video footage from an iPhone. Okay. And we can't hear it, but apparently there was sound from his end. You could hear him in the video while he's recording this. Exactly. Yes, hard to when he obviously omitted crucial info, we are supposed to believe now. Absolutely. So how do I know that everything that he wrote in his report is accurate? I just don't know how I feel about this guy. I'm letting y'all know. And then he's in law enforcement now. Okay, so he has to know how this lands. Thank you. Fruit of the poisonous tree. If evidence is obtained illegally, it can't be used in trial. But see, that's the thing, is like, and I don't think that this was clearly obtained illegally. Clearly, you know, he recorded it and then he gave it to, you know, whoever he gave it to. But why didn't he turn this in before? You know, he could have had the original video with his security report turned into law enforcement the day that this happened. That's what I want to know. It's kind of like the whole clean hands thing when it comes to the court. That's right. Like, it's almost like his hands are not really clean. You say, yeah, LAPD cheeks, LAPD. All right, guys, hit the like button, please. And thank you. And I'm just thinking outside because I'm like, this is why I don't know if I like you, because I don't know how I feel about you. And not that I have to like you, but I'm like, I just don't know how I believe you obtaining this. How you went about it is, I don't know. Okay, so do you remember the layout? He says he doesn't. He doesn't remember that. Third party. Okay. Third party, you said he was on the bed. It was a pullout. He remembers that there was a pullout, but he doesn't remember the layout of the room. He remembers there's a pullout, but he doesn't remember the layout of the room. Okay. You were in the hospitality business as well as security, right? Yes. Mr. Combs, it was clear to you that he wanted to pay for the damages, right? Objection, calls for speculation, ask in a different way. Okay. All right. It can be embarrassing for a guest. Objection, sustained. One moment, nothing further. Okay, redirect. Did you typically include every single detail in a report? No. So this is how they're trying to save this witness. No. Did you seem drunk? Did he seem drunk or high? No. Okay. When he offered you money, what did he say? That he didn't want anyone to know about it, pretty much. He said that to you? I don't want anybody to know about this. Or let me tell you what the defense is doing. Or was he paying for the damages? Or was he paying for other things? I believe that he didn't want, we can't dispute this video. This did happen. This exists, okay? Cassie was dragged by Diddy, okay? We're not going to dispute that. We're not going to change the narrative to that. We can't. We cannot, and I refuse. But I could see the defense saying that the reason why he was offered money was to pay for the vase. That would be the other way to kind of skew this, right? Oh, I'm sure a vase is not $100,000. And first of all, I don't know why I said $100,000. Did we read that amount in there? How do you determine the amount of money in a bag of cash? How do you determine how much is in there? First, I heard 50. Where did we come up with this number? Because he's saying he didn't take the money. No, he wasn't paying for damages. Abraham, he said that the room, that the damages could be paid with the room. He wasn't taking his money. So how did he determine how much money was in there? I felt like an amount got thrown out there. Hold up. Because this is interesting to me. Hold up. Let me see if I can do a little fine search. I don't know if I can do that on. Was it 100,000? Where did I hear 100,000? Here it is. Felt like I heard that somewhere. Okay, that's Teeny Garagos. Teeny Garagos. They want money. They want money. Money. It was a MoneyGram. I'm going to have to look into this and follow up tomorrow when we go live on it again. I do wonder, because now that I'm like, I'm going to have to like really think about it and write down their words and everything. Because I don't know how I feel about this security guy. I'm going to be honest with you. And everything that he had to say, guys. Honestly, it don't sound right. I never stayed anywhere where they had a vase of $100,000. You ain't never lying. He said, right? He said it was 100,000 in hundreds. But if he never took the money, how would he have known? Unless he counted the money. If he never took the money, how do you know how much money is in the bag if you never took the money? Right? Because I remember we were reading this live and we're like, oh, okay, he didn't take the money. Because we're like, oh my God, he's an officer and he took money. How did he take the money? How did he know the amount? I don't trust this guy. Right. Abraham, he testified to it being 100K in hundreds in a paper bag, but he never took the money. So how do we trust that he actually knows the, like, how do you do that? Unless he counted it and then he's like, I'm not taking your, did he count it and then say, I'm not taking your money? Right. Mickey says, could he have counted the bands? They tend to be rolled up into sets. I don't know. I am not with it. Okay, Nitram, you see what I'm saying, though? Let me know if you guys see what I'm saying before I head out. You think he took a money 100%? But Mickey said, sometimes like wads of cash come in bands. You said, girl, put 100K in front of me and I'm going to ponder for a second. You're going to recount it? You said maybe Diddy told him the amount? See, but now we're just putting in the narrative. Yeah, it wasn't in thank you, Sylvia. It wasn't even in his report that he was offered money. Just like he didn't call the police. Interesting. None of this shit is in the report. Thank you, Danny. See, Danny, this is what I'm y'all are following me. I'm like, this shit don't make sense. I don't know about these witnesses, y'all. I am no expert, but let me just say, none of these witnesses are making me feel any type of way about anything. Look, I put my whole hand in it. Totally blurred. Sorry about that. I forget that the camera is here and not here. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna write a little report for myself tomorrow in the morning, and I'll read it out to you guys about my thoughts on these two, because I don't know. I don't and just my thoughts. I have a lot of questions, and these would be questions that I would be asking too. I would be pulling them up and just, hey, like, oh, how did you determine the amount of money here? And then also on the prostitute who is a dancer but not a prostitute, whatever. Okay, so it was on the up and up. So how do we know? Have you ever been in trouble for prostitution? Those are the kinds of things I'm telling you, man. We're talking about we're talking about. I would be there asking and grilling. Okay, I really would. I would. I'd be like, all right, because that's what they do. They poke holes, and I would have to wonder. I'm a little concerned. These two witnesses are. I don't know what's the word. Something else. I don't have the best faith. Let me tell you, Jenny. I hope not. Now, if Cassie testifies tomorrow, I'm here for it. Hopefully it goes smooth. They're not done with Daniel Phillip. I'll say that. But I'm telling you, those two first are very sketchy. And I'm just giving y'all my view of what this is. Do they have a case? That's the question that I have. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, Comey and the government. Don't fuck this up. Okay? All right, guys. I got to head out because I am tired. I need to go sleep. Guys, thank you so much. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here. I know, that people were playing earlier and the replay and stuff like that. Listen, I have to take a break in between. I can only do so many, long live streams because I have baby bunny and I have other things to tend to and everything. But I really do appreciate, the likes, the sharing, y'all are amazing. The gifting, the super chats. Thank you guys so much. Y'all don't even know how much I appreciate you guys for that. We're going to do it tomorrow, but please know I do have to take a break in between because I got to pick up the other child. I don't have anybody to do it for me, so I have to do it. But we're going to make it work. And I just appreciate that you guys might, give everybody a like and a view that's reporting this, because it's definitely, it's something else. Okay. It's definitely hard. Thank you, Didi. I appreciate it. But y'all are amazing. I see you guys. And thank you, Didi, again for gifting. Sylvia, all of you guys, Cheeks, Mark, Didi, Sylvia, all of you, everybody here, Abraham, everybody, Dazzler, Katie, Miramari, thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Olsen, all of y'all. I can't even say everybody's name because it's so quick. It's a lot of people. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I gotta go get some rest. You guys hit the like button and see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Ooh, I love how clear the camera is. Y'all, you can even see my gray hair. Let me see if I can show you my gray hair. See, look at this. Y'all can't see it on the other camera, but you can see it here. This is why we gotta dye our hair, y'all. This is why we got the purple. Look at this. Y'all see? That's how clear this camera is. Y'all can see my gray hair. That's wisdom. You don't get that anywhere. Wisdom. Bye, guys.